Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us on this Sunday. We are sitting here with Amy Goulet. She is the owner of Abundant Life Chiropractic, and she's kind of give us a little bit of information on not only herself, but her business, what she does for a living. So, Amy, start us off. Tell us a little bit about you and your business.
Okay, yeah. Well, I've been owner of Abundant Life Chiropractic now for 17 years. It'll be 17 years in July.
Have you always been in Belton?
Yes. And
okay.
I was actually an associate doctor for a doctor in Iowa for 4 years before I moved here. But we moved here in 2008, and then I opened this practice.
Wow. Yeah. Same location?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I did not know that.
Yeah.
You're tucked back here, nice little corner.
yeah.
Over by the post office, if anybody's looking for.
Behind carpet for less.
Okay, so what brought you here to Belton?
Oh, gosh. My husband was doing a ministry down here. He's on staff with Life Quest Church now, but we came down for some training. And when I wanted to go out and do my own practice, we could have gone anywhere. And we really, really love the Midwest. I love the people here. Everybody's friendly. We're originally from the East Coast. So
big difference.
Love my people back there too. But we love the Midwest. This is home.
A very big feel.
It's
small town kind of.
Exactly.
Belton, you know. Yep. Okay, that's exciting. So, when you came to Belton, tell us a little bit. What did it take to start up your business? What kind of got you to where you are today? A little bit.
Yeah. Well, I think I was a little naive when I started out my business. I think most business owners are. My mentor and former boss back in Iowa told me nothing worth doing is easy. And I stood on that piece of advice. Like, I still do. I still repeat it. But in terms of what got me going, I have a drive to help people. My heart is to give people freedom of movement and health. And in the chiropractic world, we're more naturally health-minded, and we want to honor the way that God created us. And God created us to heal ourselves. And so that's what I love about this profession. I love the philosophy of it, but I also love the people aspect. And when people come in pain and you can help them get out of pain and live their lives and do the things they love, that's what drove me. So in the beginning, with all the challenges and getting going, it's just some of it was pure stubbornness, like I wasn't going to fail. Right. But it was also just my staff and the patients that we serve, and just pouring out of love. And the money part, the business part, has always been secondary to me. So that's
how something lasts. Something like this doesn't last because you're greedy or you're money oriented. Something like this for 17 years, you said?
Yeah.
That lasts from passion and love and caring.
Yeah.
And you have that. So that's why you're here for 17 years in the same place. You haven't had to give away Belton and go somewhere else to try again. You're here.
Yeah.
So I think that's pretty cool. So you fell in love with Belton, huh?
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
that's wonderful.
There's amazing people here. Just
there are
schools, the teachers, even just the people in the city, the chamber. I've gotten to know a lot of those people, and the city is full of great people.
And they care about Belton.
Yeah.
So it's one thing I've kind of noticed. You see Belton getting a little bit better over the years. I've been here since 2006, so I've seen
nice.
Since I was in third grade, fourth grade, and so I grew up and watched everything. Not as long as other people, but that's really cool though. So I cannot believe I didn't know you were here.
Yeah.
That's great. Well, that's why I'm doing this.
I know. I love that. I love that you're doing this.
Yes, that way hopefully anybody else that didn't know you were here, now they know you're here.
Yeah.
Someone who's been in Belton for so long, who cares not only about your passion, but you care about the town.
Yeah.
And that matters. Okay, Amy, tell me a little bit about a major challenge you faced in 17 years of owning your own business.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, there's been a lot. I think the hardest, as you grow a business, people. People are the most rewarding thing, but they can also be the most challenging.
Yes.
And just the nature of this business, like I've had staff with me for 10, 11 years or more. And I still, there's a lady that works for me. She's 76 years old and she just loves this place. So that's so rewarding. Yeah. But then I also have where, especially with doctors, they graduate from chiropractic college, they want to learn, and then 3 years in, they want to go start their own business. And I want to equip them for that. Mm-hmm. But with that comes the challenge of all that transition. And so I've had some challenges there with doctors kind of coming and going for various reasons, or they'll move away. And so I'm still learning how to do that well, because as patients get close to their doctor. And so I want to provide a place of learning and growth for new doctors and people that are like-minded in our health philosophy and just our passion for patients, but then also be able to send them off well and have patients still feel that they're cared for here. And so I would say, I think navigating that has been the biggest challenge, but I'm committed to putting the work in and learning and doing that well, because I think both are important.
Yeah, and that says a lot about you as a person too, because I've had lots of bosses over the years, and a lot of them don't care about your growth as a person. They care about how do you affect their business. And so like when you do want to become someone bigger and better and stronger, to go on for your own life, and then, to have someone who sits there and is like, I will make you better for that. And then you send them off into the world and I don't know. And then that's really cool from a boss aspect. I think that's really cool of you to do that.
Thank you.
I'm sure it's not easy though, because like you said, customers, clients, they get attached to somebody. They become comfortable. The person learns their body, learns, what they have going on, and then they have to redirect with somebody new and do it all over again. But it sounds like you're kind of finding that middle ground of how to keep that even.
Yeah, we're trying.
Yeah, you're trying. You'll get there.
But right, that's even after 17 years, it's like, oh my gosh, constant learning. Like you think, oh, by then I will have arrived. You never arrive.
It never stops. There is so much to learn in any business.
Yeah.
So yes, keep thriving and keep going. Okay, what's been your biggest wow moment? 17 years. There's got to be a few of them at least.
There's so many. Like when I'm down, I love when a patient will say, I am so thankful for you. You made it so that I could be with my granddaughter, travel and see them. And I wouldn't have been able to do that last year. There was one, I specialize in pediatrics and pregnancy actually, but we see all ages. Like we're family chiropractic, everybody, men too, but there was one little girl and she was so tight. She was about a year old. She wasn't walking yet. She was having trouble crawling even, and just very tightly wound in this flex position. And this was back when I was an associate, actually. This was back in Iowa, and it stuck with me that long. But I started to adjust her and she just relaxed. She was looking all around. It was almost like there was a world over here that she didn't know about because she couldn't turn her neck before. And then her mom brought her in for the next visit and she goes, she grew. She didn't grow. She just relaxed. Her pants were too short. Her shirt was too short because she just she went from this flex position to just relax and her body elongated. And that was probably the coolest thing. And I've seen when I work with babies, you feel that relaxation happen when you remove interference to their nervous system. And that probably is the most, I don't know, there's so many rewarding things, but working with a little one that is in distress and just easing their nervous system is probably the most phenomenal thing to experience, and it never gets old.
Yeah, no, and I stand strong on baby and children chiropractic care. And so I've met a lot of people throughout the year and a half. I've had my little one who were just shocked because I never even thought about it until someone mentioned it to me.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I mean, that's something to think about. And then I've talked to people over the years, the year and a half, and it feels like years. And they're like, I'm not taking my baby to a chiropractor. So I'm sure there's lots of people watching this who never would have even thought about it. So can you kind of explain a little bit about what goes into taking care of a newborn or a baby or a child and how beneficial that really is?
It's so different. The kind of work you do on a baby is so different than an adult, because people are picturing if they've ever been to a chiropractor and had their neck popped and cracked. And by the way, we have other techniques too. If somebody doesn't like that, we can use that we can use different techniques on adults. But that's what they're picturing with a baby. It is not like that. The pressure used to adjust a baby is about the pressure you would use to check the ripeness of a tomato. Even just stroking a baby, we tell people when you do cranial work, it's like the pressure you used to pet a cat, because it's very light. And so it's super, super gentle, and it's about balancing their nervous system. A lot of babies have gone through, a lot of moms have gone through some traumatic pregnancies and things that have happened, and then and even just the birth process can be really traumatic at times with a lot of interventions. And these babies come into the world and they're just stressed and they cry a lot and they have colic, and some of them have nursing difficulties, and moms who want to breastfeed can't because baby can't latch. We can help all of that. And so it's really just about adjusting adjusting and getting some gentle motion in those joints, but even more than that, just balancing that nervous system and getting them out of like that fight or flight state to a more of a restful rest and digest state, where then they can do those normal newborn functions like eating and sleeping and pooping.
Yeah.
So,
and can you kind of go over what, I know you mentioned a few of them, but what's kind of anything a mom or a parent, dad can look for in their child that might make them think, oh, maybe this can be fixed by chiropractic? Is it teething? Is it just being a newborn? Like, what are some things that bring people in?
I mean, I will say, like, all newborns should be checked, in my opinion. There was a statistic, they've done studies, I think it's like 95% of newborns have an upper neck subluxation or misalignment, so it's pretty much all of them. But things to look for, like if they're tilted to one side, or if they're turned to one side, and it's like, gosh, they're in their car seat, they're always turned to the left. And look at pictures, because pictures will tell the story. You know, new moms will take tons of pictures on their phone.
Oh yeah.
You'll see like, oh, his head is always this way. That's a sign. But if you're nursing, if baby won't nurse on one side, if they prefer a side, that's a sign of a misalignment or subluxation. Almost always corrected, like one adjustment and they'll nurse on both sides, almost always, which is really cool. Constipation, like if they're not pooping regularly, so gas, colic, some of that's not colic, but some gas is normal. Newborns are gassy, you know, and newborns cry, but they shouldn't be irritated all the time and just inconsolable and cry a lot and not sleep for some stretches, you know. If they're up every hour and refuse to be put down and held like that, we can help with that. So,
which can be life-changing.
Oh my gosh.
Especially for a new mom or a new dad, somebody who doesn't know what's going on. How do I fix this? I've done everything. I can't give a medicine. What do I do? A chiropractic visit is not something people think about. I genuinely don't think so.
And because there are some misconceptions out there, and most of that comes from people, they just don't know.
They don't know.
And if people are nervous, I would just encourage them, come in for a consultation and we can talk, we can show how we do things. I have a doll that I show people on, and we just make sure people are comfortable before handing over their baby.
Right, yeah. Here's my 2-week-old, here you go.
Yeah, but my associate and I are both, we both have extra training in pediatrics. I took a 3-year postgraduate diplomate program in just pediatrics and pregnancy, and she's also had a lot of extra classes and training, and so they're in good hands with us.
You're in good hands. All right, okay, so what sets you apart from other chiropractors who might do similar to what you do?
Yeah, I think what really sets us apart is our team and our staff here. Like, patients are loved the minute they enter the door. And I've had people go to their medical doctors and they'll say, oh, I love my doctor, but their staff. And I'm like, guys, if anybody ever says that about us, and they would, like, our staff just loves on our patients, and so do us, my associate and I, as doctors too. And people are just genuinely cared for here, and they can feel that the second they walk through the door. And we want what's best for them, and we'll do everything we can to get them the help that they need. And even if it's not here, if they need some medical help, we'll refer out and give them some good resources. If they need physical therapy, we love working with physical therapists and co-managing things like that. But I think what sets us apart is how much we really love our patients.
Yeah, I mean, again, you've been here 17 years.
Yeah.
You're doing something very right. People obviously love you to keep coming back, refer. I'm sure you get lots of referrals. I know a staff can definitely change a lot of things. I've had plenty of doctors, but their nurses, I'm just like, I hate your nurse, but I love my doctor.
Right. We want the whole picture. We want everybody
walk in, feel welcomed immediately, front desk, back to the room, or whatever you go, whole time. That's life changing to have a doctor that can make you feel so comfortable. Yeah. You don't feel scared to pick up the phone.
Yeah, we want people to feel like family when they come here.
Very important.
Yeah.
Okay, now where do you see yourself in 5 years from now?
So that's, I've got a big vision actually, and I've had this for a long time, but there's been some bumps in the road. I would love to just we're part of the community, but I want to be part of the community all the more. I would love to have like a coffee shop attached to my office with like a little breezeway in between with outdoor seating, and
I love that.
Community garden, and just a place where people can come, because we do, like, when we come in, I mean, even the way this is set up, our patients will talk to each other, and I'll say, oh, do you know that person? Like, nope, I just met them today. And the culture, I love that culture. I want more of that, and I want to pour that into our community to have to have that culture and to have a place where families and kids can come and friends can meet. And so that's my ultimate vision. I don't know if that'll happen in 5 years, but then also just raising up other doctors and building a team and just impacting people's health and their mobility even more here in Belton. It's easy. Like we just went through a challenging year. 2023 was like so challenging. So I feel like 2024 was recovering from that. But yeah, just getting back up on my feet and moving forward and continuing to grow, because it's about impact. It's not just about growth, like to build a business, you know. Right. It's about impacting the community and their health, and people need this, and they need to know, like you said, moms need to know, moms and dads need to know what it does for their babies, and
absolutely,
people need to know what it can do for their quality of life. So that's my goal and my mission, and so I'm committed to moving forward with that.
I love it. A coffee shop and a little garden and just the family feel.
Yeah.
Love it.
Maybe some chickens running around.
Yeah, some chickens.
Goat yoga. Who knows?
Goat yoga. I would so be here for that. You fix my daughter. I'm going to do some goat yoga.
Yes.
Get a cup of coffee on the way. Girl, you've got a plan, and I'm here for it. Do a little gardening, go get fixed, get some coffee, do some yoga. Yeah. Just take over this whole strip right here.
That's
Make
right.
it all yours.
Yep.
Okay, now to round us out, Amy, tell us a fun fact or something interesting, something people may not know about just chiropractic health in general.
I would say it's really about the nervous system. It's not just about back pain. We get a lot of people that come in for back pain, neck pain. I love that too. I love getting people out of pain. But I think what people don't understand is it's about regulating your nervous system, because that is a control center for everything else in your body and in your life. It's what helps you adapt to stress. It's what helps you, your brain controls everything that your body does. It controls your immune system. And so if you get that right, it's like the foundation for health, then everything else can flow from that. It'll help your workouts be more effective. And when you feel good too, you'll be motivated to take care of your health in other ways. You'll be motivated to probably eat better, drink more water. You fix one thing, or you get that foundation right, and it just translates into everything else. And that's what really chiropractic is about at the core. And yes, it's great for back pain and neck pain too. But I would say the most common misconception or things that people don't understand is it's nervous system based. And that's why it's so good for kids too, and babies, and people that don't necessarily have back pain.
Yeah, they have other things that they need fixed.
Yeah.
Now, I think if you can answer this real quick, another misconception is that, all I have to do is go one time and I'm healed.
Yeah, that's kind of like maintenance for your car. Like, I got my oil change that one time, we're good to go. Or I put gas in it. Everything takes maintenance. And if you think about it with your body, like working out, you can't just go to the gym one time and be done.
We all wish we could.
Yeah. All right, I ate salad today. Why didn't I lose 5 pounds and keep it off? But it's so, because it's about nervous system health, and because the cause of misalignment, subluxations are many, but it all comes down to stress, whether that's physical stress, posture, like sitting at your desk all day like this. We can adjust you, but people go right back to what they were doing. Now, there are people that maybe had an accident or something, and you get that resolved, and those issues may not come back, depending on the severity, but they still have their posture, they still have stress, we still eat bad food, all of that stuff that plays a role into that onslaught of the nervous system causing those subluxations in the spine and those misalignments. That's why people need regular maintenance with chiropractic, because they don't stop doing the things that caused the issue. Yeah. So
I think a lot of people just think they can come in and get their back or neck popped and they're good to go. Yeah. And then in a few weeks they're like, wait, why is it still hurting?
Yeah.
So, and the nervous system, I know I have a nerve that sometimes pinches, and I'm sure chiropractic could really, if I decided to actually go in like I'm supposed to.
Yeah. And some places are like a weak spot. Like you might, if it's the same spot over and over again, there might be some degeneration there, or some, an injury that had happened, and the stress, it goes right to the weakest link, And so that's why problems will tend to come back too, because if there's a limitation in that area or a weakness there, it'll just be more compromised.
Got to keep up on it.
Yeah.
I got to learn that one myself. Okay, now where can people find you? Your location? Do you have Facebook, Instagram?
So we're on Facebook and Instagram, Abundant Life Chiropractic, and we're here in Belton at 114 Congress Street. So that's right in front of the post office. And so
What are your hours, days open?
We are here Monday through Saturday, actually. And
Saturday chiropractic.
Yeah. We were closed yesterday because it's a fifth Saturday, so we give everybody a break because my associate and I alternate Saturdays. But yeah, so we're here Monday through Thursday till 6 p.m. and then Fridays we're half day and Saturdays we're half day. So, so yeah, we try to make it so that everybody has
a chance to come in. Yes. Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for sitting down with us today. Hopefully, people have learned a couple things, and come get yourself fixed. We all need it. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining in, and we will see you again next Sunday with a new small business owner. Thank you.